Hi, my name's Liz. I'm from Maker Futures. I'm going to show you how you can weave using a needle and how to make a simple cardboard or wooden loom. So what are you going to need? You're going to need some cardboard, you're going to need some scissors and some tape. You'll need some needles, either these big plastic ones or you can use a metal one. These ones have got a nice rounded end. Elastic bands can be used, different sorts of threads, ribbons, pipe cleaners, even strips of material like felt. I've got some Y-shaped wooden sticks, some little lolly sticks, some pieces of wood and some bamboo skewers. So let's get started, shall we? So sometimes it's really tricky to thread a needle, isn't it? And I'm going to show you a great hack for threading a needle. All you're going to need is a bit of paper, card, your ribbon and your wool and your needle. First of all, let's cut a thin strip of card like this. I'm going to cut a length about twice the length of my little finger, and I'm going to fold it in half like that. I can now put my piece of ribbon between like that, and I can push the piece of cardboard through like that along with my ribbon, grabbing hold of it. There we go, easy peasy, ribbon threaded through the needle. If I use a thinner piece of paper, I can do the same with a piece of thread and a needle that's got a smaller eye. Let's have a go with this. That makes that much easier. Now, when I am weaving, in order that my needle doesn't keep coming undone, I am going to hold my needle and my thread by my fingers like that over the top as I'm using the needle, and that way I don't have to keep threading my needle. So I can make my own needles if I don't have one. I'm going to use a pipe cleaner here, and I'm going to fold it over like this, and I'm going to wind the ends like that together, really tight. And look, I've got a great needle for my weaving. I can put my ribbon through, and now I'm able to weave that. I could also use lolly sticks to make a little needle with some tape. I'm going to tape the ends of the lolly sticks together like this, winding it round as I do so, like that. And then I'm going to get another piece and tape it across the bottom like that. Now I've got a space through the middle that I can put my thread through here, and I can weave in and out. I can also make my own cardboard loom. Now for this, you need a piece of cardboard. I have cut some slits in the end of the cardboard. They're just short slits like that up to there, but I've got to do one at the opposite end, exactly opposite. I can use a ruler if I like to measure where to cut those. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side. The next thing I need to do is I need to wind round my thread, round and round, so that my warp threads are nice and straight on one side, and on the opposite side, I tie them in a knot diagonally. Here we are. I'm ready to start weaving. I tie on my string like this, and then I need to get my needle and thread, and I can start weaving like this, over and under, backwards and forwards. When I get to the end and I've gone over the thread, I come back underneath it like that. Sometimes it's a little bit tricky to press these together, so I can actually put a lolly stick in to slide it down to keep everything in place. You can see this one's got a little pipe cleaner needle there to make that. You don't have to use just threads. You can use ribbons to weave with, or even strips of fabric. It's easy to make a simple wooden weaving frame. You can see here I've glued these pieces of wood together into corners like that, and then I've just put a lolly stick over the end. Triangles add extra strength. This weaving frame has simply got elastic bands wrapped around it, and I'm weaving over and under using my homemade pipe cleaner needle like this. I can go in and out of those. I could have wrapped around thread or wool as well. This frame here is using bamboo skewers and balsa wood again. Because the balsa wood is so soft, I can push these in, but be careful, they're sharp, so don't prick your fingers, but they push in fairly easily. This is now ready for me to use my ribbon and my needle to weave with it over and under, and it's a nice strong frame like that, pulling it all the way through, over and under, just as we've done before. I can weave using natural resources like these Y-forked sticks. I'm going to first of all wrap my wool around the stick like this to make the weft threads like that. And once I get to the top, I can tie them across diagonally. You can see I've done that with this one. I've now tied the wool on, and I've woven in and out, in and out, in and out, all the way round, coming backwards over and over again, over and over again. And I've done 3 colours. Doesn't that look great? Weaving can be used to bring our cardboard creations to life. Look at this little donkey. It's got a woven blanket around it, and I've even added beads for decoration. So we draw out the shape of our animals. I've drawn a fox here, and we're going to cut some slits at one end or on the back here. Remember, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count the number of slits carefully, and the same number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Opposite. I now need my thread. I'm going to thread this around like this. Remember, these are our warp threads. I thread them over and over. They're going diagonally across the back, but straight down across the front. You can see like that there diagonally, and I wrap them round like that and tie them across the back. If I want to, I can add a bead as I'm threading them through, like I did on my donkey. Once I've done that, I'm ready to start weaving over and under, keeping my finger over the eye so I don't lose my thread or my ribbon coming out. I have done a teddy bear here. Look at him. He looks ready to party, doesn't he, with his stripy jumper. How did I do that? Well, I cut out his body first of all, and I made some holes using the bradawl. Through like that. These ones would be across his tummy, and then cut the slits down. This time I had to push my string through the holes, and I tied them diagonally across the top. It allowed me to be able to weave in and out across the teddy's jumper. I've done the same on his arms. I've even added split pins onto my cardboard teddy, so this would be great for stop motion animation. Weaving is a great group activity, and look, I've made a simple weaving box here to sew in and out of. I have attached a piece of hessian over the sides of my box like this using these split pins, and I've pulled the hessian tight round. The split pins go all the way round. Now all I need to do is to start weaving with my friends. I can even weave on a big table. Here you can see some children weaving on this weaving table. They have got all sorts of coloured threads, and it's a lovely group activity to make a wonderful piece of collaborative artwork. So we've had great fun weaving. We've learnt a simple little hack using a strip of cardboard for threading our needles. We know that once our needle is threaded, that we really need to keep our fingers over the eye when we are weaving. We have learnt how to make simple cardboard weaving looms and how to tie up the threads. We have made wooden weaving frames, and we have even made our own needles using pipe cleaners or lolly sticks. We have done some weaving with natural resources like these wide forked sticks, and we have also brought some of our cardboard creations to life, like our teddy and our donkey with little woven clothes. And finally, we know that weaving's great when done in a group, and what better way to do it than with a weaving box or a weaving table. So I hope you have lots of fun having a go at weaving. Bye.